job, eh?
You ready?
Not the tools for the job, but the tools for the job.
Oh shit! I wasn't.
I wasn't ready.
Ow!
Sorry, just move your fingers.
Just move your fingers after they've been crushed in the hole.
Very good. What was the joke?
Welcome back to Project Race Car Time Attack. If you watched the last episode, we didn't quite get everything done, Trav, that we planned in that one.
The sound deadening removal was
Took a long
job and a
time.
half. It was a job and a half. It was really probably the worst thing we've done in a race car, but it's done. I think hopefully we've imparted a bit of wisdom onto, people who may be looking to do the job themselves, but time to move on.
A lot of people were saying, you're idiots, you could have done that easier. Which may well
we very
probably
much
is the
could have.
case. So
Very much could have.
that's part of learning how to build a project race car. Of course, we've got the
Absolutely.
Pulsar so that we can race a project race car, and we got this one so we can build a project race car. And this week now we're going to try to get the roll cage in, thanks to AGI for that, and show everyone how that goes. And then finally, it'll be time to send this thing off to get the interior painted. So impressive, exciting steps.
Looking forward to getting the interior painted. It's going to be good. So I think we'll finish our coffee.
Finish the coffee and let's get cracking.
All right, so what's step one? Do we know what the plan is?
Well, luckily,
Hey,
AGI provides
instructions.
some great instructions. They come with your roll cage.
Nice.
Installation notes. Lift the main hoop into the car. Here's a two-person job, so that's the main
That's
hoop.
the main hoop.
So we've got to lift that
So
in
that's
first.
step one.
Yep.
All right, so we need to disassemble this first.
Yep. And we should probably take the bolts out of the bottom of it and make sure that we put them somewhere.
Yep. Well, let's just take everything off and put it all
Where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So far, I have dropped 50% of nuts on this ground. Not my nuts, just nuts that
Thanks
I'm
for
taking.
clarifying.
Alright, so we've got the roll cage in and bolted into position, just using one bolt to make sure it's all square and everything's sitting how it should be. Now, we want to make sure that, of course, the roll cage is equally set within the car. So the way we're doing that is we measure from this lip here of the side of the bodywork, because we know that this is probably the squarest corner inside the vehicle, and then we just are going to measure from there to the outside of our plate and make sure that both sides, the measurements are the same. All right, measuring the other side, and we're actually pretty close here. These two have sort of settled into a position that's very near each other. We probably just need to go a millimetre or two this way to make sure, so we'll get that sorted out.
So this is a really handy tip, and probably one that a lot of people wouldn't think of if it wasn't actually in the instructions that AGI provide you. Before you drill the holes for the roll cage, it's really important to remove the tyres, because you'll be drilling holes straight through the wheel arch here. Go too deep and you're gonna destroy your tyres. So we're gonna take them off and then start drilling holes for the roll cage.
All right, so what do we need to do? Unbolt this and take it out now?
Yep.
So now it's a case of undoing the bolts.
They're just finger tight, you know.
They're all just going to cut out. So you should be able to just undo them. Trying not to scratch the shit out of the powder coating, but
It's already scratched.
not being very effective.
So we've drilled the pilot holes for the roll cage. We've pulled the roll cage out. I'm just going to use the step drill bit to get the holes to the right diameter, and then we'll be good to prep the interior for the painting.
As the final step of the process of clearing the interior of the Civic, it was time to remove all of the wiring so that we'd be able to have easy access to the bodywork for paint. We then decided as well that it was probably time to remove the doors and boot to give ourselves easier access for when it was time to paint the vehicle, but like everything Project Race Car, it didn't go that well.
Funny that, they make them for it.
You ready?
Not the tools for the job, but the tools for the job. Oh shit, I wasn't ready.
Oh, there's one more in there. I think we should have done the other one first.
What do you
Can
mean?
just swing
Where?
it open? Swing it open.
Oh, it's the bar. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
I love how you said ready and I immediately wasn't ready.
All right, you good? I'm just putting the bolts all over here. Whoa!
You right?
You just hold that up.
Yep.
Sorry.
Didn't fall, did it? Yep, it's moving. Yeah,
What'd you do?
I caught my finger in that for some bizarre reason.
There's a wire.
No,
Or is it cut?
There's not a wire.
Big cut. All right.
Nice.
Nice! So with the interior now fully stripped out, we've taken the dash out, we've got this place completely opened up, and now it's just a little bit of work to finish off this interior, get it ready for paint, which we'll start doing in the next episode. We've gone a little bit overboard, but we think it's going to yield a result.
So, one of the questions we got asked in the last episode, in the comments for the last episode, was why did we remove the sound deadening, and was it because of weight? And if so, how much weight did it move? So yes, first of all, it was because of weight. And second of all, we haven't actually checked how much. So we're going to do that right now, check how much weight there actually is in amongst all of this. So we've kept all the old sound deadening and we're going to weigh it now. What are your thoughts? We didn't think that there was going to actually be that much weight in it at first, I don't think. I didn't.
For me, I knew there was going to be weight.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the reason why you do it, to get rid of the weight, to be able to also mount things more easily into the car when you need to, put the roll cage in and all of those sort of things. But you think about how much weight there is in this box just by lifting it.
It's pretty heavy, yeah.
It's a reasonable amount of stuff, and then you can actually, of course, a lot of categories base things off car weight. When you enter the category of what the tar weight of the car is. So if you can remove all of this, you can now put however many kilos this is spread more comfortably in the car. So
and of course, the lighter the car is going to be, the quicker it's going to go theoretically.
Power theory.
So let's get on the scales and we'll tell you exactly how much weight you saved. Drum roll.
No? Okay. So zeroing the scales with the plastic tub on them, we found that we've actually taken 9.7 kilograms of weight out of the Civic with this sound deadening, which isn't actually an insignificant amount and will enable us to sort of move around our weight inside the car.
So we've fully stripped out the interior, ready for painting, but we kind of thought about it and got the engine out. We figured we might as well go an extra step, pull all the remaining bits and pieces out of the engine bay and give the engine bay a lick of paint as well.
True, we've got to wait for the subframe to come in, and we sort of decided we didn't want to drop the motor in and then have to take the subframe out and put it back in, so it may as well all be done as one job. It is something we've toyed with, and anyone who knows a Project Race Car knows these things spiral out of control, and this is us spiraling out of control. So we'll get a nice lick of paint inside the engine bay as well, and it helps us because we want to do the brake booster delete now, so we'll get that and get it all sorted and put our honed brake booster delete in, and away we go.
And then so we'll strip this out, and then we'll be ready to start prepping it for paint. There you go. And that's it.
That's it.
Engine bay
Clear.
So car is prepped.
Yep.
We're ready to start putting the paper up, the butcher's paper, to get it ready for painting. Interior is like bare. Engine bay is bare.
It's been a long process.
work, but
roll cage has been in and out already. We've got all the holes done, so Now, in the next episode, we'll get ready for paint and we're going to try painting it ourselves and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Should be a fun experience.
Should be a laugh.
So, thanks everyone for joining us, and like and subscribe and make sure to follow along.
Bosch Motorsport provides technology for racing. Worldwide experience from all major categories of motorsport is in your race car when you use Bosch Motorsport components, ignition system, sensors, fuel delivery and high-end electronics. Bosch Motorsport brings race-proven quality and performance to your motorsport machine. Search for Bosch Motorsport Australia or find us at boschmotorsport.com.au. There's good, there's better, and then there's Bosch. Bosch Motorsport, when quality and performance matter.
Say my way. Oh, copyright strike. It's a time lapse. Time for a f***ing time lapse. Welcome back to another episode of Project Race Car World Time Attack Civic here, proudly brought to you by Bosch.
You've just added like 30 words
I
to
know.
the name of the show.
I know.
Well, Time Attack Civic ad with Trav and Dan. And Trav
Dan
behind
in
the
the
camera and
workshop.
Jono's sometimes here. Welcome back, yeah.
All right, we don't need that.